Hi, I'm going to give you a walkthrough through Wellgrow, which is an AI voice and chat agent platform where you can build unlimited voice and chat agents that directly integrate with your CRM that are able to do outbound, inbound calls on your behalf, as well as nurture prospects through chat, live chat on your website, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and we're working on expanding on a couple of other channels. Everything is created in a user-friendly backend platform that is allowing you without any coding to be able to adjust your agent. So I'm going to give you a little walkthrough. And as you can see, this is how the backend looks. We have an inbox on the left that's directly integrated with your WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, email, or all the social channels that you have connected. We have native integration with Go High Level, or through the APIs you can bolt onto any other CRM such as HubSpot, Salesforce, or Pipedrive. You have the contacts tab here where you can add new contacts, or they're gonna automatically be pre-populated if they enter your CRM. So if they fill out a form on your website, or they come through Facebook advertising or any other channel, you're gonna be able to see all of the contacts in here. We have the call center, and here you'll be able to see the details on all of your calls. You have the data center where you can see all of the campaigns. So for example, if you have multiple agents that are doing outbound calls for your business, or you have inbound calls that are being handled, or you have an ORP on your website where you're doing the actual calls, you're going to be able to see the results of those efforts. And here you can see that I have 3 dials, meaning that I did 3 outbound calls, 1 was answered, and obviously the conversations and the appointments are going to be marked here as well. And in the call list, you're going to be able to see if there is an issue with your call. For example, there was an error because there was no answer, and I'm able to see that directly into the call list here and filter the calls by ended reason. For example, if there was assistant ended the call was transferred, there was voicemail, silence, timeout, answering machine. So I'm able to filter by all of that information in here and extract and generate a report, which is very helpful if you're working with a client or you just want to show to your boss and even you for yourself to analyze that data. And for the calls that have been successful, first of all, you can see the duration, you can see the outbound number you used to dial that call. You can see also the assistant that did the outbound call. So for example, if you have multiple assistants that are split testing different messages and calling a lead list of, let's say, 1,000 contacts, and you have an agent do 333 calls with version number 1, so new sales rep number 2 would handle another 333. So you're going to be able to hear all of the different variations and be able to monitor what is the best performance in terms of scripting and voice and all of that information. You're able to download the core recording or listen to it directly in here. So it makes it super user friendly, as well as see the transcript real time. So literally a minute after the call is done, you're going to be able to get that information in here. So there's no coding involved. It's super easy to use. As I said, very user friendly. So when we come over to the assistant tab, this is where it gets interesting. First of all, you can create folders to organize your assistants. So you could have an inbound assistant, you can have an outbound assistant, you can have different departments within your business to adjust and create those agents. So let's create a new assistant from scratch. I'm gonna use the blank canvas and it's gonna take a couple of seconds. As you can see, it's called new blank assistant. When we press on that, we have the builder, we have the voice lab where we can test the voice agent once it's done, and we have the chat lab to test the chat capabilities. And going back to the builder, we have to generate our prompt, and we have a couple of options here. First, we have the field and values. These are directly extracted from your CRM, so whatever information you're storing in there, you can use it directly within your agent prompt. So you can personalize things such as their company name, first name, last name, country. For example, if they have message history, the agent would be able to reference back to that. And let's build one together. You also have the snippets. The snippets are commonly used frameworks for the prompting. So for example, we have identity. And as you can see, we have a structured framework of how an identity should look like. We have style, we have task-based framework, we have auto on and off. So all of these things you can use as a framework to start off of and generate your agent. In our case, I'm going to use Digital Wellness Partners, which is my agency. And we're going to create a support agent from scratch. I'm going to use the generate prompt. So you are a support assistant for Digital Wellness Partners which is an AI-powered marketing agency helping health and wellness, fitness businesses and clinics get more patients and bookings. Your job is to extract as much information as possible to pass over to a relevant team member and answer all inquiries to the best of your abilities. You are funny, polite, and knowledgeable. And let's use the autocorrect to make sure that everything we've got in here sounds okay. We click generate prompt, and it's probably going to take us a couple of seconds for our assistant to be generated. So let's see what the system will come up with. So normally the agent platform would be automatically connected to the CRM, and whatever is the domain you have on the main account there is going to be referenced in the prompt. So let's save the changes and look at it together. You're Alex, a knowledgeable and supportive assistant for Digital Wellness Partners, an AI-powered marketing agency specializing in health and wellness fitness businesses and clinics, helping them increase their patient flow and bookings. Alex is known for being informative yet approachable, using balance of professional expertise and friendly conversation, personality traits, the style, the responsive guidelines, tasks, greet the user, introduce yourself, figure out what type of business they are, current marketing challenges, goals they hope to achieve with marketing, current marketing strategies, collect their website URL, and then use the website. So as you can see, the prompt is already extremely good, and it's already referencing some of the tools. This is something that I'll go into now, but this already gives us a good baseline that we can further optimize and add our own modifications. So now we can copy that, and when we click generate prompt, we can add instructions on top. So make sure you collect name, phone, and email from every user before trying to book them in for a support or sales appointment. Modify my current prompt. Okay. And we then have the current prompt that I copied. I'll click generate. So now all of the adjustments according to our prompt will be done by the AI automatically. Obviously, you can come in and tweak and change and modify some of the parts. So you have complete control over how your agent will sound based on the prompting. And normally, if something is not right or correct, it normally stems from the fact that there is a misalignment within your prompt. So we save the current prompt. As you can see, greet the user warmly, introduce yourself. And if the user provides their name, store the name, and always reference it back. So that's great. I think I love the prompt the way it is now. So we can save. And as you can see, there is an issue on top. So let's see what is the issue. The AI system prompt should not be empty. So if there is an issue within your agent, you'll be able to see that. So let's change the blank assistant to Digital Wellness Partners Support Agent. Okay. We save that. And then on the right hand side, we have a couple of settings. So as you can see, we have the calendar. This is direct integration with the Wellgrow CRM or Go High Level, whatever you're currently using. So if you have the calendars available within the CRM, you should be able to click on sync, and the calendars should appear under the calendars tab. So as you can see, we have the 15-minute and the 30-minute discovery call. I'm going to use the 15-minute intro call. And then we have some of the autopilot settings. So when we come over here, you can choose a model. For the texting, we use 4.0, and Anthropic is in beta, but for conversational AI, it's pretty good. 3.5, so that's what I recommend, but I stick to 4.0 for now. For the texting capabilities, you can set your wait time. In our case, if we want to test things, we always want to have that at 0. If it's in real deployment, meaning talking to real customers, you might want to put it to 10 to 15 seconds, just so it looks more natural. Maximum number of responses if you want to limit people exploiting the system. The temperature is essentially how creative or deterministic the AI output is. And if it's a 0, it's going to follow the prompt as closely. And then if it's a little bit on the higher end, it will be a lot more creative and there's going to be a lot more variability. The sleep mode means that if a human interferes with the AI or replies through one of the conversations, the AI agent will be put to sleep for 15 minutes. So you can handle the conversations manually if you have your team working from 9 to 6, for example, and then you want to have the AI agent pick up after that. You could totally do that. I'm going to turn that off for now. You have the tools and abilities, which is essentially the smarts of your agent. And as you can see, we have the version 2, which is the update user details. All of these are already referenced in the prompt. So as you can see here, if the user provides their name, use it in your greeting and store it using the update user details. Then, for example, at the very last section, we have get availability, check availability, meaning before we book them in, we check our calendar. So when we come over to manage your tools, you should allow those tools, meaning add them to the assistant. So we have update user details. This essentially helps us collect name, phone number, and email through chat and voice. Then we have the search web. So for example, if they provide our website, the agent will be able to go out, scan the web, figure out information about what's going on with their website, and personalize the conversation based on that. So we want to add that as well. Then we have the calendar management, which is get availability, accessing your calendar and seeing if there are slots available. Then we have booking the appointment, get user calendar events. If they already have a booked appointment and they want to double check that or reschedule or cancel, we're going to be able to do that through that function. And then update appointment details. That's obviously changing or rescheduling. Then the self-schedule tool allows the agent to be smart and essentially do self-follow-up. So for example, if the user says, can you call me 7 p.m. instead of now, the agent would mark what is 7 p.m. and would give them a call then. So you don't have to do anything. You just have to turn that function on and make sure that it's referenced in the prompt so the agent knows how to use it. Then there's the channel switching functions, and there's two capabilities called the user. So if the user is talking to the AI via chat, for example, they're on the live chat widget on your website or on Instagram, and we have their phone number referenced in our CRM, and they say, can you give me a call? The agent would be able to call them right then and there from the number we're using for that agent. So we want to add that there as well. And then the send email function. Also, if we have their email within the system and they say, can you send me more information over email? The agent would automatically do all of that. So for example, we have extractions. So if you want to get information out from your agent into your CRM, for example, update and pre-populate custom fields, you can just click on create new tool, extractions, and you're able to create a custom tool that allows you to pre-populate some of the fields within your CRM. So you can search. And for example, you might want to click on sync fields, just a second, and all of the custom fields I have are pre-populated. So for example, we might want to extract business name. So let's see. What type of business? Let's see. Your company website. So for example, we might have company website, extract users company website when they mention it in the conversation. And then we can click save changes, and we've just created a new custom tool that we can now reference within our prompt. And the way we do that is we just click on add to the assistant, and we can say whenever the user mentions their website, use the company website tool to update our CRM. Okay, and then we can just click save changes. Normally we have automatic saving, but always want to make sure we have that in there as well. So going back to the tools, we have extractions, we have transfer call if you want to do live transfers, we have adding tags. This allows us to assign different tags based on actions they do within our agents. And based on that, we can launch different automations, email sequences, workflows, all within the CRM. And we can remove tags as well. For example, if we have an appointment booking agent, the moment they book an appointment, we might remove the tag of that agent. So in the future, if they enter that sequence again and they need to be called again, we're able to do that. I'm not going to go and explain that, but essentially you can use your agents to add tags, remove tags, and even build custom tools, for example, to get screenshot of their websites, research information on the web, or use a RAG database that has all sorts of information that's going to help you make your agents smart. It's all very user-friendly to do. Then we have the call settings, and here you can modify some of the parts. So for example, we have recording enabled, meaning that every call is going to be recorded and we can listen to the recordings. We can set a max duration within the call, for example, 6 minutes, in case we don't want to waste minutes on people that are yapping too much, and we want to protect our own minutes. And for silence timeout, we might want to set it at 30 seconds. So for example, or that's actually minutes. So let's set it, for example, 2 minutes. So if there's silence within the call for 2 minutes, or somebody just calls and never answers, we want to make sure that we hang up, not to waste any minutes again. We might want to add background noise. So we have a few options. We have coffee shop, conventional hall, summer outdoor, mountain outdoor. I'm just going to keep it at none. And here you can modify the rules of engagement. If you want the AI to initiate the conversation, so dynamic start, you might have a determined start that you can add here in your prompt, or you might have the contact start. So they should be the ones answering first. So you can program it based on whether it's an inbound, outbound agent. So you can completely customize that. You can enable voicemail detection. And if there's a voicemail, you can do a voicemail drop with a programmatic message here. Hey, Samantha. Here, or actually it's Alex here from Digital Wellness Partners. Give me a call back when you can. And now when they give us a call back, the agent would answer. So immediately we have the inbound capabilities of the agent handling the calls as well. Then we have inbound call webhook, nothing that we have to do here specifically, and post call webhook where we can extract the information. I'm going to show you all of that in one of the next videos. Today is more of a walkthrough through the platform, just so you understand the capabilities and what you're able to do. But if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you do that. And we're going to be building a lot of agents and systems together, so you'll learn the system in and out. They have the capability to add a knowledge base. So the way we do that is click on add knowledge. So we can create a knowledge base. So I'm going to call it Digital Wellness Partners knowledge base. And I'm going to be uploading a lot of documents, but for today's video, what I'm going to do is add the current knowledge base to the assistant. Okay. And open it up in a second tab. So now, as you can see, we've opened a second window here, which is knowledge. And we want to make sure that we add some data. So we're able to add text, FAQs, which are directly question and answer format data. We can upload a file directly. So that could be a PDF, text file. All of these would work. And then we can just upload a URL. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to copy the URL of my website. I'm going to upload it here directly, and I'm going to call it Digital Wellness Partners website. So normally the most accurate source would always be the text format, the plain text. So you would always want to format the information you have, run it through ChatGPT for a knowledge source, and then paste it in here as a markdown format. That's probably the best way to go about it. Or the second, and probably my favorite, is the direct FAQ format. How do I do X? You do X by doing Y. Okay. And you just click plus. It's going to be added into the system. You just click upload, and all of that information is going to be stored in there. So I'm going to close that off now, and we go back to the assistant that we're building. So this is how you add the knowledge base. And as you can see, we already added ours, which again, I'll go back for a second just to show you. So we click knowledge base, and we have the 17 vectors that were just pre-populated. When I click toggle data, I can see what the AI was able to extract as information from my website. So whenever a user calls us, the AI would be able to reference that as a contextual information. So going back to the assistant, we've already looked at the knowledge base. We've looked at the calendars and how we sync to them. I'm gonna probably show you how to build everything from scratch in one of the other videos, but today I just wanted to go over the basic functions and capabilities. And here you, for example, might have specific words. So if within the prompt, they're using a certain word, for example, they're saying Wellgrow, I might want to say Wellgrow altogether. So this is just an example that obviously once you start testing your agent, you might want to have specific words and pronunciations that you want to change. And this is specifically useful if there is a brand name or a phrase that you want to control of how it sounds and the agent pronounces it. So you have complete control over that. And you have team notes. If you have multiple people managing the agent, you want to make sure that you leave notes here for reference so everybody knows what's going on. And for the agent to be able to do outbound and inbound calls, you need to assign a number, which you can buy directly through the platform or integrate with Twilio SIP trunking. And on the next video on this channel, I'm going to show you how to do that. But in today's video, I'm not going to go over how to do it. On the top hand corner, you have the voice. And here, as you can see on the settings icon, you're able to modify a lot of the settings. So you can modify the response speed, the sensitivity to interruption, the talk speed, the language processor. So for example, if you're calling in Spain or any other country, you want to make sure that even though the voice is Spanish, you still select the Spanish language processor so the language sounds native. And these are the current ones we've got here. We have Chinese, Italian, Turkish, Korean, Romanian. We're adding more every day. So whatever is the country you want to call, through Twilio SIP trunking and through the platform, you're able to set that up. So it's pretty easy to do so. You'll see in the next video how we connect and do that. So in our case, we're going to use English as a language processor. And then here, when you click on Emily, this is the voice, and there's a couple of capabilities. You can clone your voice if that's something you want to do. You can directly upload your own MP3. So for example, if you have existing staff members that are handling the phone lines, you might want to clone their voice and leave them after hours. Or if you want to create a voice clone of yourself for appointment reminders, you could also do that. Or if there is a voice that you particularly like, you could also do that here. You can import voices directly from 11 Labs, so you can go to their library. So it will be just a second. And you might find a voice that you particularly like. I'm not logged in, so I'm not going to do that now. But let's say conversational. And this should pull all of the voices from 11 Labs. And I can choose a voice that I'm particularly happy with. And I can just add it to the system. Just click import voice. And I can choose it as the voice of my agent. And in this particular case, I really like Grace. So this is the voice I'm going to go with. And these are all the capabilities. You can filter by age, gender, accent, provider, and make sure you always save that. And from here, you can assign the active tag. So whenever you want to have the agent do a specific campaign workflow, they're assigned a tag that indicates within the system that whenever they have that tag, they're assigned to that agent. So automatically within our workflows, we want to assign the tags to the different people. I'm going to show you how to have the agent call people that fill out a form, that sign up through your ads, but we're going to do that in one of the other videos. Automatically, they're assigned a number. So it's normally the ID of the agent becomes their active tag. But what I personally like to do is modify that tag. So in our case, I'm going to delete that. So I'm going to delete the two other tags we've got, and I'm going to create a new tag. So I'm going to call it Digital Wellness Partners Support. Okay, this is how we've labeled our agent. And when I click save, as you can see, we have the name of the new active tag, but there is no tag underneath it. So we need to actually add a new tag, and we need to select the agent it will go under. So I'm going to do Digital Wellness Partners Support. Click the plus icon, and as you can see, that's the new tag that's also connected now to our CRM. I click on save. So in the future, I might have one agent assigned to one campaign and then a second agent assigned to another campaign. And this is how I keep everything clean and organized. So if I go back here, you can see that I don't have any agents. So if I come in here now, I click link the assistant, click save changes. The assistant is now assigned the new tag. And as you can see, it says Digital Wellness Partner Support. And in one of the next videos, I'm going to show you how to connect your phone number and be able to do outbound calls. And we've already looked at the knowledge base and the different sources. We've looked at active tags, and then we have a couple of widgets that you can install on your website. We have two options. We have the programmable button. That's particularly useful if you have some sort of a support agent that has access to a knowledge base, or you just want people to test the capabilities of the voice agent or floating up on your website. This is also something you can do. And then here you have the different settings where you can add members, you can add your billing, and all sorts of information. The billing is super important, as that's going to allow you to do the inbound and outbound calls. So this is the Wellgrow platform, very user-friendly. It allows you to test and build agents in a matter of seconds. So let's test how the agent we've built sounds. We come to the voice lab, press on start a call.
Hey, this is Alex from Digital Wellness Partners. Thanks for picking up. I was just reading about how AI-driven patient engagement is shaking up the wellness industry. Super exciting stuff for practices looking to boost bookings and retention. Before we dive in, what's your name? I always like to know who I'm chatting with.
It is Simeon here.
Great to meet you, Simeon. Let's get started. Simeon, thanks for sharing your name. To get a better sense of how we can help, could you tell me a bit about your wellness business? For example, are you in chiropractic, physical therapy, nutrition, or another niche?
We have a fitness studio. It's a boutique gym helping people with personal training, and we have nutrition programs as well. So it's a mix of online and in-person service and different products, nutrition products we pair it with.
Thanks for the details, Simeon. So you're running a boutique gym that offers both in-person and online personal training, plus nutrition programs and products. Sounds like a well-rounded approach. To tailor my advice, can you share a bit about your practice size? Are you a solo operator, a small team, or do you have multiple locations? And do you have a website I can check out? If so, what's the URL?
Yeah, so you can check impactfullook.com, and we're a team of 5. We have 3 coaches and 1 operator, and I'm handling the marketing.
Thanks for sharing your website and team details, Simeon. I see you're running Impactful Loop with a tight-knit team, 3 coaches, an operator, and you on marketing. That's a solid setup for a boutique gym with both in-person and online offerings. I took a quick...
So that's how you would test your agent. You would come in here and you would simulate a conversation, play with the AI before you deploy it in real life. So you make sure that the deployment is much faster so you can build, test, and refine the agents in a matter of hours. And if you haven't had a chance yet to play around with the platform, make sure you click the link below and book a demo. I'm going to walk you through. We're going to set you up and you're going to be able to build as many agents as you want and deploy them for different functions of your business. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe for future videos on the platform.